And welcome to We Talk. My name is Lisa Parisi, and I'm joining you here from our WeWatch offices. And with me today is Cathy Dunthorne. Hi, Cathy. She
Hi.
is a home visitor with our Barhaven Nepean agency, and she is our mystery reader for April. Thank you so much, Cathy, for joining us today and for recording our video. The book of the month, as we know, we're like 4 months into our We Learn program. And we've been picking a book every month to focus on. And this month, it's The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which is a very popular and much loved book. Cathy, you have been a home visitor for We Watch for 18 years. Is that
That's
correct?
correct. Yep.
Child? And you've been in daycare for a long time,
Very
40,
long time.
40 years, which is amazing. Uh, and you're looking great.
Oh,
And so, how many times would you have said you've read The Hungry Caterpillar over your time
a
as
lot, a
a
lot.
childhood educator?
Yeah.
I'm
But
sure.
it's that kind of book that you can read over and over again, and it's a great little book. So
Yeah, and you have done an amazing job for us. When everyone sees the job you have done on the mystery reading, it's very interactive, which is amazing. And so, first of all, why do you think the book is so loved by people?
I just think it's a classic little book. And I think parents love it because maybe they heard it when they were little and they remember that experience. And they want to give that back to their wee ones so that they can remember it too and read it over and over again. It's just one of those books that doesn't matter how many times you read it, it's just a lovely little book.
Yeah, and it really ties well with our literacy focus for this year as part of our Together We Can program. It talks a lot about or reinforces skills around colors and counting, and so much more. People have taken the book and done lots of things with it. So I thought that's where we would focus maybe today. You in your reading made the reading very interactive and fun using some felt props, I guess, for lack
Yeah.
of a better word. Um,
Yeah.
how could you share some ideas, other ways that you could make this book interactive or parents and providers could.
Sure. Sure. So when I introduce a book, I like to read the storybook itself so the kids have they've seen it, it's familiar to them. And then maybe the next time I do it with my felt and everybody gets a few felt pieces to put on the felt board, right? And
Yeah.
that's where, you think of the shy child that maybe wouldn't want to do it in a classroom, but in a preschool or a home daycare, they feel, their confidence builds when they're able to, help tell the story. And when I tell the story, like I kind of pause after we, read it, and he was still hungry, and they catch on to that very quickly because it is
Right.
so repetitive, right? So that's one way. Another way you can do the same story in a number of different ways. We've done it with a story walk. So a story walk is you have various pages. The parents can do it, even in your backyard or throughout your house. And you go through the book with the kids. You can pretend to nibble the fruit and the food that he eats. You get to the end when he turns into a butterfly and everybody can fly back to the kitchen for maybe some of that fruit, right? So that's a different way as well.
So I love that.
Your kids love to act it out. And what I say here to my providers is it doesn't matter how you can draw pictures and stuff like that if you're trying to illustrate it. Kids don't care. It's again, they just appreciate the effort. At the end, you can just have, he comes out and he's under a bed sheet, just improvise with what you have around. It can be part of your art activity that you make the pictures and they can decorate the pictures and everybody gets turns. Kids love to help, right? So if they can help tell the story, that's right up their alley. They love to do that. So
That's excellent. There's a lot of great ideas, not just for this book, but to apply to tons of books.
Oh,
And if you
absolutely.
think about the walking, it's a really great idea to kind of tell the story while you're walking. It's that
Yeah.
connection of, kind of gross motor skills as well as cognitive
Right.
skills together. I'm sure it
And
builds some neural pathways that we don't know about.
And
While
bringing we always talk about bringing the activities inside outside, right? So
Okay.
it's just a whole different concept for the kids. They've been bringing toys from inside that you would normally play inside, bring them outside, and they think it's a brand new toy, right? So they play with it differently.
That's
So
excellent. Yeah, that's a really great tip as well. How about any other ideas around programming and books? Is there other ideas that you have, or maybe some providers in your agency have done with this book or other books?
well, they're just starting to do the crafts with it. But I mean, when I read this book, the first thing that comes into my mind is tasting, right? You've got so many foods in there. So take the 5 fruits even.
Yeah,
Everybody can have a little taste of it, see who likes what. You can make a little chart with it. And Susie and Frankie and Billy like the pear the best. And that's math, right?
right,
So
right.
it's good little way to introduce that. Um, there's just smelly jars is another. I mean, that's an easy classic, right? So if you're talking about the chocolate cake, you could use cocoa. The pickle, you could use pickle juice. You can use little droplets for the strawberry and the orange flavoring, and you just put them in a little plastic container with a cotton ball. And if you have little pictures of what could be the scents, is helpful too when you're first introducing it. And they just smell it and they try to guess what it is. They try to match the scent with the picture, and they love that.
That's
They love that. So that's another way to do it. Insects. I
excellent.
mean, it's got so many, right? I mean, they're just starting to come out now. So you can go on a caterpillar hunt or just a bug hunt and talk about bugs and
Yeah,
things like that. And the other thing what I would say too is it's a good opportunity to say to kids, it's important that we look after our nature, right? You often see a child squishing ants and stuff like that. And we have to make sure that we take care of our nature. So if you see a spider inside, we're not going to squish him. We're going to catch him. He's not going to hurt you. We're going to bring him outside into the garden. And like worms too, we don't want to squish nature. Nature's there for us. It has a purpose. So it's a good way to kind of, say that to the kids so that they understand it more. And they're not afraid of insects either, right?
amazing.
Arts and crafts, the classic egg carton caterpillar. I mean, who hasn't made one of those in their life, right? Paint it up and put antennas on it or decorate it however you like. Butterflies are another easy thing. Again, kids, I can't draw, but I can make a butterfly shape. And if you do it on construction paper and have little pieces of tissue paper that they scrunch up, that's good for their fine motor. They choose it, they decorate it, all these cookie cutter type art. It's the kids aren't getting anything from that. I really believe the process is really wonderful, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Another butterfly thing, because sticking with the book here, if you cut out even wax paper with the tissue
Right,
paper, same idea. Put it on the window. It's like a little stained glass. The little
right.
matte tack sticky paper, same thing. And you can hang them from the ceiling and the light, comes through. It looks really pretty. So
It's
it's
amazing.
easy activities to do with the kids, and that the provider or the parent doesn't have to take, an hour to prepare, because who wants that, right?
Excellent. So many ideas. So many
I
ideas. We should have like a call in to Kathy hour for programming ideas. Parents and providers could tap in. But those are some really good ideas. I know you said like it's an ECE classic. I was a mom. I am a mom, I guess, still a mom. She's a large girl now, but I don't know that I would think of all those ideas, right? So the smell one is an amazing one. I love that idea, and such an easy thing to kind of execute on. So some really great ideas. And I think what I'm getting mostly is like, don't be intimidated, right? It doesn't have to
No,
be perfect. Jump
right.
off from the book, see what you can do in terms of dancing, acting it out,
Absolutely.
the colors within it, the themes within it. In this case, it happens to be bugs and butterflies, as you said, but lots of ways to go there with food
Yeah.
and all
There's
kinds.
lots of counting. I mean, there's tons. And ask the kids, what would you like to do? What can we do that's with the book? Do you want to act it out? Do you want to do some art? I mean, they're your resource too, right? So use them. I also like to do anytime that you can extend learning and little, I call them little fun facts. So in this book, when I was doing the story, I was really torn because it's at Eric Carle refers to the house that the caterpillar makes around himself as a cocoon.
Right.
It's actually a chrysalis. So,
Right.
so A cocoon is, they do make cocoons, but a moth comes out of a cocoon, right? And a chrysalis, cocoon, kids know that word, and it's an easy word for them to say. And even when I was reading the book at a few of my visits, the providers had already read it. And I had some of my little friends correcting me when I said chrysalis, right? So I explained it to them, it's a good opportunity, right? So chrysalises, butterflies come out of chrysalises, and moths come out of cocoons. And another little thing about butterflies, if you're going to fly around like a butterfly, butterflies don't flap their wings like birds up and down. They flap their wings side to side, and they have 4 wings, not 2 wings. So stuff like that they can really relate to and remember. And when you're talking to kids about stuff like that, some fun facts, they just kind of listen, and it might come out, 2 months later about, oh, remember Cathy said they have 4 wings, not 2 wings,
Exactly.
So anything that you can give to that conversation, it's extending their vocabulary, and they'll go home and, they'll try to say chrysalis, and the parent might, help them through that word. But yeah, I'm a true believer in extended learning.
That's excellent. I must be young at heart because I was listening. I didn't know either of those facts. And so they're fascinating to me as well. I like them.
There you go.
I must have known that at some point in my past, but forgotten, and now learning it again.
Sure.
But thank you, Cathy. I mean, those are all such great tips. And I think
you're very welcome.
It really does help. That's why I love this theme, the entire year of literacy and the focus on literacy, because it really isn't just the book. There's so much more that comes from it. And there's so many ideas, as you've shown us with great enthusiasm. There's lots of ways to go on this. If you don't have naturally all those ideas in your head like Cathy does, there's your home visitors to support you. The internet has lots of ideas, especially around this book in particular. There seems to be an abundance of activities, but it's not about being perfect and right. It's just about having some fun with it. And I think you said it well, like ask the child and see where the kids want to go with this. And if they love it, they'll learn lots from that.
Exactly.
Way. So I will say thank you again for coming on the call and sharing all those great ideas. And thanks for your work with WeWatch for 18 years. You're a great member of our team.
Thank you.
And your video is going to be up very shortly, if not moments after this is over, and everyone can see you reading The Hungry Caterpillar. So enjoy, everybody, and thank you, Cathy, and goodbye.
You're welcome.